I sat in that Mactan restaurant, smiling like an idiot while my wife laughed in Tagalog about how I was too stupid to realize she was scamming me. The thing is, I understood every single word. I'd been fluent in Tagalog for 20 years. I just never told her. $23,000 she'd already taken. Another 2.1 million pesos she was about to steal through a fake property deal her cousin Danny had cooked up. And I heard all of it. Every conversation with her Tita Marites about how much longer she needed to endure me. Every joke about foreigners not lasting forever. Every detail of how they'd resell our dream retirement home the day after I paid for it. I'm Douglas, retired IT manager from Seattle, 58 years old. 2 years ago, I married a 26-year-old Filipina named Chesca after 6 months of dating.
He was so sweet, so trusting, perfect, really.
And I never mentioned that I'd worked in Manila in my 30s and became conversationally fluent. I kept it secret because I wanted to see if she'd be honest with me. Before you click away, hit that subscribe button. This story gets worse, and if you're thinking about marrying abroad, you need to hear how it ends. Because the nightmare wasn't what I heard in Tagalog. It was realizing I'd ignored every red flag that existed before language ever mattered. Let me tell you how a secret became the only thing that saved my life savings. Seattle felt like another lifetime. Rain-soaked streets, late nights troubleshooting server crashes, eating reheated Thai food alone in my studio apartment. By 56, I'd saved $238,000. Not rich, but enough. My pension would kick in at $2,400 monthly. I ran the numbers 100 times. The Philippines made sense on paper. Low cost of living, English speakers, warm weather. I'd been there before back when I was 32 through 35, managing an IT deployment for a telecommunications company in Manila. That's when I learned Tagalog. Not fluently at first, but conversationally. My Filipino co-workers thought it was hilarious when I joined their lunchtime conversations. They taught me everything, the real phrases, not textbook stuff. By the time I left Manila, I could hold my own. Negotiate with taxi drivers, joke with street vendors, understand office gossip that happened right in front of the other expats who never bothered to learn. 23 years later, landing in Cebu, that skill was still there. Rusty, but there. I met Chesca 3 weeks after I arrived. Dating app. Her profile said she was looking for something real, someone serious. 26 years old, worked at a call center, smiled in every photo.
I'm not like other Filipinas. I don't need a walking ATM. I just want someone who treats me right.
That's what she messaged me first. I remember thinking how refreshing that was, how different from the other profiles. Our first date was at Ayala Center. She ordered modestly, split a pizza, talked about her family, her dreams of opening a small business someday. Nothing extravagant, nothing that screamed gold digger. By date 3, I was gone. She laughed at my jokes, asked about my life in Seattle, held my hand in public without embarrassment. Here's the thing I should tell you right up front. I never mentioned Manila, never mentioned the Tagalog. When she asked about my work history, I glossed over it. Tech projects in Asia, moved around a lot, nothing interesting. I told myself it was just curiosity, a little test. If she was real, if her feelings were genuine, then it wouldn't matter. I'd tell her eventually. We'd laugh about it. But there was something else underneath, something I didn't want to admit. I'd watched it happen to other expats back in Manila, good guys who got played. One colleague lost $40,000 to a woman who claimed her father needed heart surgery. The father was already dead 3 years. So I kept my little insurance policy, my secret language skill, just in case. We married 6 months later. Small ceremony. Her family seemed genuinely happy. Her mother cried. Tita Marites gave this long blessing in Tagalog about love and partnership. I understood every word, and it sounded completely sincere. The first year was perfect. Chesca helped me find our apartment in Lahug, taught me which markets had the best prices, introduced me to her friends from the call center, cooked adobo the way her Lola taught her. At night, she'd curl up against me and talk about our future, maybe a small house eventually, kids, if I wanted. She made me feel like I'd finally gotten it right. Her phone conversations in Tagalog were just background noise at first. Talking to her mom about family drama, chatting with cousins about somebody's wedding. Normal stuff. I understood it all, but it was innocent. Boring, even. Then Tita Marites started visiting more often, and the conversations changed. That's when I started really listening.
The foreigner is out getting groceries. We can talk freely.
She never used my name, not when speaking Tagalog with family, always the foreigner or the American. Tita Marites started showing up every Tuesday and Friday like clockwork, always with a plastic bag of lumpia or pancit, always staying 3, sometimes 4 hours. I'd sit on the couch pretending to watch basketball on cable, volume just loud enough to seem engaged. They'd settle at the dining table 10 feet behind me. In Tagalog, people talk differently when they think no one understands. The tone shifts. The laughter gets more genuine. The truth comes out. My stomach dropped. But I kept my eyes on the screen. LeBron driving to the basket. Just another clueless foreigner watching sports.
Danny says we need to move soon. There's a property in Bohol. Beach area. He has access through some distressed sale. 3.5 million pesos actual value. But available for 2.1 million. Just over $40,000.
I did the math instantly. That was 17% of my total savings.
It doesn't matter if it's legitimate.
Those words, that casual tone, like she was discussing what to cook for dinner.
I'll tell him it's our dream retirement home. Our forever place. He gets emotional about that kind of thing.
She wasn't wrong. I'd told her a month earlier that I wanted us to have something permanent. Roots. I'd practically handed her the script.
Title goes in my name only. He knows that's the law. Then I transfer the deed to Danny's corporation within a week.
My hand tightened around the remote. The plastic creaked.
They flip it for full value. 3.5, maybe 3.8 if Danny's buyer is desperate. We split the profit, minimum 700,000 pesos, maybe more.
$28,000 profit, from my pocket to theirs.
He trusts me completely. It's actually pathetic how easy it is.
That word, pathetic. In Tagalog, it sounds even harsher. Nakakaawa, pitiful.
Danny has all the documents ready. Photos, tax declarations, everything. It looks completely real. He's done it 6 times now. Different foreigners, different properties. The trick is making them feel like it was their idea.
6 times. I wasn't even the first. I was just the latest in the assembly line.
We wait 6 months. Then maybe another investment opportunity. Or I get pregnant and we need a bigger house. There are options.
She laughed. They both laughed. This warm, comfortable laughter between family members planning their next meal ticket.
The hard part is acting interested when he talks about his boring IT career. Or pretending I enjoy when he touches me.
Something shattered inside my chest. Not my heart breaking. Something deeper. The foundation I'd built my entire new life on.
I deserve that 700,000 pesos. Do you know how exhausting it is smiling at someone you can barely stand?
The basketball game ended. I stood up slowly, stretched, walked to the kitchen for water.
Oh, hi baby. You want some lumpia? Tita brought your favorite.
Her face transformed instantly. Warm smile, loving eyes, perfect performance. I smiled back, took a piece, thanked Marites in English. Because I'd made a decision in those 30 seconds walking to the kitchen. I wasn't going to confront them. Not yet. I was going to let them think the trap was working, while I built my own. I spent the next 4 days playing the excited husband, asking Chesca questions about the Bohol property. Where exactly was it located? How close to the beach? Could we visit before buying? Each question was a test. Each answer, another lie I documented.
Baby, Danny says we need to move fast. 2 other buyers are interested. If we wait, we lose it.
Classic pressure tactic. I'd seen it in every scam manual, but I nodded enthusiastically. Meanwhile, my attorney in Cebu City was pulling the real property records, investigating the addresses, tracking down the supposed sellers. The report came back on Thursday. The property didn't exist. The address matched a public beach. No private lots available. All the documents Danny provided were fabricated. I'd paid my lawyer 8,000 pesos. Best money I ever spent. Friday night, Chesca announced we were celebrating at Maribago Grill. Family dinner. Everyone would be there to toast our big investment.
Wear something nice, baby. This is a special night for us.
She had no idea how special it would actually be. The restaurant sat right on the water in Mactan. Tourist prices, but the seafood was legitimately good. We had a table for 8 near the back. Kuya Danny arrived first. Mid-30s, designer polo shirt, expensive watch. The kind of guy who looks successful but never quite explains what he actually does. Tita Marites came with her husband, 2 of Chesca's cousins I'd met once before. Everyone ordered San Miguel by the bucket. I nursed my beer, smiled, played my role perfectly. They started in English, toasting to our future home, our family's success. But after the second round of drinks, the Tagalog came out. At first, just casual conversation, jokes I pretended not to understand. I laughed when they laughed, slightly delayed, like I was guessing at the humor. Third round of San Miguel. That's when Danny got comfortable. He said it loudly, confidently, looking right past me like I was furniture. The table erupted in laughter, Chesca included. My face burned, but I kept that blank smile frozen in place. The confused foreigner wondering what the joke was.
I deserve an acting award, especially in the bedroom. Do you know how hard it is to fake enthusiasm with someone you find disgusting?
She said it in Tagalog, casual, matter of fact, like discussing the weather. The cousins were howling now. One of them made a gesture, more laughter. I took a long drink of my beer. My hand didn't shake. I'd practiced this moment in my head for days. They clinked bottles, celebrated their craftsmanship.
To stupid, lonely foreigners with fat pensions.
The whole table raised their drinks. I raised mine too, smiled wider, because tomorrow morning, everything would change, and they had no idea I'd understood every single word. That Saturday morning, I woke up at 6. Chesca was still asleep, her phone charging on the nightstand next to my wallet. I made coffee, sat at our kitchen table, looked at the woman I'd married sleeping in the next room, and I felt absolutely nothing. At 8 o'clock, I woke her gently, told her we needed to talk about the property purchase.
Oh, good! You're ready to send the money? Danny says we can close next week if...
I switched to Tagalog. Perfect, fluent Tagalog. Umupo ka. Kailangan nating mag-usap tungkol sa mga pag-uusap na iniisip mong hindi ko nauunawaan. Sit down. We need to talk about the conversations you think I don't understand. Her face went completely white, like someone had drained all the blood from her body. I continued in Tagalog, word for word. The conversations with Mary Tays, the planning sessions with Danny, everything from the past 6 months. Then I switched back to English and placed my attorney's report on the table. Property investigation, the fake documents, bank statements showing $23,000 in transfers over 18 months, recordings I'd made on my phone, every family emergency, every inflated expense, every lie about her mother's medications, her brother's tuition, her cousin's accident, all documented, all itemized, all undeniable.
Douglas, wait, I can explain.
No, you can't. I've already filed for annulment. My lawyer filed the papers yesterday. All joint accounts are frozen as of this morning. She tried denial first. Those weren't real conversations. I misunderstood the context. Tagalog is complicated. Then anger. I was crazy, paranoid. Recording people was illegal. She'd tell everyone I was abusive. Finally, tears. She was pressured by her family. Some of her feelings were real. She did care about me, just not enough to refuse Danny and Marites. I asked her one question, in English, simple and direct. Was any of it true? Did you ever actually love me? She opened her mouth, closed it, looked down at her hands. Her silence was the only honest thing she'd given me in 2 years. I moved into a serviced apartment in Cebu City that afternoon. 2-bedroom unit in a secure building. Cost me 40,000 pesos a month, but it had 24-hour security and required ID for all visitors. My attorney, Francisco Reyes, called me 3 days later with information I wasn't expecting. Same players, same basic script. Variations on the property scam, sometimes business investments, sometimes medical emergencies for family members who didn't exist. Francisco asked if I'd be willing to share my evidence, help build cases, maybe save the guy in Bohol before he lost everything. I said yes. What else was I going to do with the recordings? But the legal process was the easy part. The emotional aftermath was what actually destroyed me. I stopped sleeping. Maybe 2 or 3 hours a night. I'd lie awake replaying every conversation, every intimate moment, wondering which parts were performance and which parts were just tolerance. The loneliness was worse than before I met Chesca, Because before, I was alone but hopeful. Now I was alone and certain that I'd never be able to trust anyone again. I'd see couples on the street, expat men with Filipino partners, and I'd wonder, are they real? Or is she counting the days until his pension transfers clear? My blood pressure spiked. I developed insomnia so bad I was hallucinating. Lost 15 pounds in a month. Francisco recommended a therapist. Dr. Sarah Chen, American expat, licensed counselor, specialized in cross-cultural relationship trauma. First session, I told her the whole story. Expected sympathy, got something better, honesty. That hit like a truck. Because she was right. I wanted to argue, but I couldn't. Because every time Chesca had spoken to me in English, every time she'd asked me to repeat something in Tagalog, every time she'd helped translate at the market, I'd been secretly judging her, testing her, treating her like a suspect instead of a partner. The relationship was poisoned before it even started. Not because of the language, because I'd been so desperate and so afraid that I'd built our entire marriage on suspicion and surveillance. We worked through that over 3 months of weekly sessions, 4,500 pesos per hour, worth every centavo. The annulment took 7 months. Philippine legal system moves slowly. But my attorney was competent. Chesca didn't contest once she realized I had everything documented. My evidence helped the Australian victim recover some money through civil court. The Canadian had already returned to Ontario. The American in Bohol, he didn't believe us. Said his Lynette was different, real love. We were just bitter. Last I heard, he'd invested $80,000 in a resort development scheme, property that also doesn't exist. You can't save people who don't want to be saved. I learned that the hard way. By month 8, I was finally sleeping 5 hours a night, started eating regular meals, joined an expat hiking group in Cebu, made actual friends, both foreign and Filipino, people who liked me for me, not my pension. And I started to rebuild, slowly, carefully, but honestly this time. No more secrets, no more tests, no more surveillance disguised as love, just real human connection. And if that meant being alone a while longer, that was infinitely better than being trapped in another performance. The characters, incidents, and dialogue in this video are dramatized for narrative and entertainment effect. While some events may be inspired by real-life themes, this story is a work of fiction.